the old fart is back.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the X-Transbots LOCKE. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have some lovely artwork of LOCKE and Recoil. He is a warrior, his name is LOCKE. On this side of the box, we have LOCKE on the top, we have LOCKE on the other side, we have some wordage going on here, and it says, there are still many causes worth sacrificing for, so much history yet to be made. Oh, that's deep. On the back of the box, we have a very G1-y battle scene going on there, and a very G1-y tech spec card, and a bio if you want to read it. There you go. And on the bottom here, we have a preview of one of their upcoming figures, and we have San Pac-Man! And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is a collector's card, again with that nice artwork there of LOCKE, and on the back you have the bio, yet again, if you want to read the bio again, and you have his tech specs if that interests you. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have LOCKE, and this is X-Transbots' take on Cup. And first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to the good people at X-Transbots for sending this out my way to take a look at. Now, this is their version 2 of this figure. Apparently the first release of this figure was plagued with QC issues and was breaking on people left and right. Apparently this has fixed all those issues. So far I've had no issues with the figure. I did have a breakage, but it was my fault, and I'll explain that when the time comes. But other than that, I've had no issues with the figure. So far everything's been working, you know, as well as it works. But yes, here is Cup, the old timer. That's something you'll never be if you don't get back to the city. But let's get in close here, not on his belly, but on that noggin. Oh, there's the noggin. And a very, very nicely done head sculpt here. I think this is the nicest face sculpt I've seen on a Cup figure, honestly. I think they really captured the likeness quite well. Some nice paint there for the eyes. And you got the hood chest going on there. Got the orange on the forearms, got the orange belt buckle going on there. The thighs are die cast, they're painted die cast, and unfortunately, due to the transformation, you're going to scrape some of that paint off. Not a fan of that, but oh well. But moving on to legs, you know, very simple with the detail, because again, trying to keep it nice and G1-y. A little toesies. And moving up the back. Not too much to talk about. He does have a nice little compact backpack there. Not a whole lot going on there. Oh no, not too shabby. Nice and G1-y. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head can rotate, can do a full 360. He can look up, do a total squirrel, or, you know, Petro Rabbit. Can't really look down. Arms can do a full 360, can move in and out. You have bicep rotation. You have a double jointed elbow. You have a nice full range of movement there. The wrist can rotate. The fingers are articulated. The index finger is a separate piece. The other 3 fingers are just one solid piece. You also have a hinge here at the back of the hand, which is kind of weird because that's not how hands work. But hey, it's a thing that moves if you need it to move. You have waist rotation. You also have an ab crunch. You can move these panels out of the way and the butt plate to work the legs. Legs can move forward about that far, back about that far, outward. You can almost do the full splits. If you use the transformation joint, you can definitely have him doing the full splits. It's up to you how you work those joints in there. You have thigh rotation. You have over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And the feet, they can tilt up a little bit, can tilt down a lot. You have ankle tiltage. As you can see, you also have a toe joint if you need it. Now, as far as accessories go, he includes not 1, but 2 target masters. You get recoil and Firebolt. I'm not going to spend too much time on these guys because I don't really much care for them. I don't think they're that good, honestly. But here we have Firebolt. And we'll get in close here so we can take a look at the details real quick. You got some nice blue there for the visor. And other than that, not a whole lot going on. You get some nice detail, but yeah. Not too much happening there. As far as articulation, his head does not move at all. You have rotation at the shoulder, up and down, ball jointed elbow. You do have a waist, an ab crunch. I almost forgot what that was called. An ab crunch right there. You have this weird joint here at his hips. Because reasons, I don't know. Legs can go forward, back, outward. They're on ball joints. Knee on a pretty stiff joint. You get a bit over 90 degrees, and the feet are on a ball joint that doesn't really give you too much range of movement. So yeah. So to transform him, we're going to transform him real quick. So you just bend him at the ab crunch. You bring his legs together and just bring these halves together. That will make the handle. You're going to bring his legs up, and there are tabs here that will tab into his chest right up here. Like that. And you just flip down the barrels there. You rotate his forearms inward, and they will tab into little notches right here on either side. And there you have the gun mode. And it's not great, but hey, it's a thing. It's a thing you can do if you want to do it. So here we have recoil. Again, we'll just give you a close look here. Again, got the nice metallic blue for the visor. And very simplistic as far as detailing goes. Got some gun heels going on there. And yeah, articulation-wise, he does actually have a neck joint. He can rotate his head around. And the same thing, ball joint shoulders, ball joints and elbows, ab crunch, got that weird side-to-side hip movement. I don't know, so he can dance. I don't know, forward, back, outward, knees, feet, all that stuff. And to transform him, you're going to unfold the barrels here and just bring them down. Just unfold, bring them down. Good, you're gonna engage that ab crunch, bring the legs up, just straighten out that handle, rotate the forearms in, I'll tab into the sides, rotate, tab in, and there is recoil in gun mode. And again, not great. Not great. So far, no third-party company has been able to make Target Masters look good. It's just, I don't know why. It's just a thing. But hey, if you want, you can have Cup holding his Target Master. It is the typical tab in the slot of the palm method of weapon holding, and it is a little loose in his hand, so he doesn't hold it super well. It's a little wobbly in there, but hey, he can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff. And if you want, we can bring in Masterpiece Hot Rod here, and you can give him Firebolt. You just plug that in like so, and they can both pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and there you go. And continuing on with the accessories, you get his regular gun here with some nice detail. And of course he can hold this, like so. He does hold this gun a lot better, and he can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, all that good stuff right there. And he does also come with a severed Sharkticon tail, because hey, he used it in the movie. So why not? Dare I say, why not? You can just plug that into his hand like so, and the tail just has a bunch of ball joints here, so you can take that and angle that, pose that however you want. So he's got his gun, he's got his severed tail, he can do all that stuff. He does also include some optional parts. If you don't like the size of his hands, he has a pair of slightly bigger hands. Because reasons? I don't know. Again, they're just a little, it's a bit bigger, a bit beefier. So if you want him to have slightly bigger hands, hey, he can have slightly bigger hands. You just unpeg them, peg the new ones in, and there you go, voila. He's got some slightly bigger hands. I don't know. Hey, things you can do if you want to do it. Options, they're good. And the last optional parts you get are for the nodular region. So if you don't like the, serious cup, hey, guess what? You can make him happy cup. You can be just a happy, smiling cup if you want to do that. Or you can make him kind of angry, annoyed cup. Grr cup. Or you can have cup with his Sigar, which is not, and it's not a G1 thing, it's an IDW comic book thing, but hey, now every time they make a cup, they have to give him a Sigar. So hey, you got the option again. Options are good. Now swapping out the faces is not easy. I mean, the faces, this thing is, they're in there good, and it takes a lot of wiggling and a lot of prying to be able to get this undone, and it's honestly a lot. It's a pain in the butt to get the face swapped. Because it's just in there. Like, it's doable. I've done it, but obviously because the camera's on, it's not going to work for me. But you can swap the faces. You really can. Trust me, you can do it. And another thing you can swap is the top of his head. So if you don't like the rounded top of his head, you can give him a flat top. So once you take off the face, you can take off the top of his head and give him a flat top. Again, things you can do if you want to do it. Options, they're good. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. Here he is with the Fans Toys Hot Rod. Here he is with MP44 Prime. Here he is with Masterpiece Magnus. Here he is with G1 Cup because he's precious. Oh, so precious. And lastly but not leastly, here he is with the Fans Toys Cup. So you can see how these two look side by side. And I can give you the turnaround here. So you can see who's who, what's what, where's how, and why's him. And personally, I think, aesthetically, I think the X-Transbots version looks a lot better. The backpack is way cleaner. That's one thing I didn't like about the Fans Toys version, was the backpack is quite sloppy. This one, much neater, much more compact. And I think the X-Transbots version does just look a lot more screen accurate, a lot more G1-y accurate. But hey, to each their own. You like what you like. There are no wrong answers. So there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So the transformation is, it's involved. It's a bit involved. So first thing you want to do is just rotate his arms 180 like so. And they'll be in position for a later step. You're going to come back here. You're just going to undo this backpack and just kind of extend all these hinges out. Just bring all this down. You're going to untab this panel here that his head is on. Just bring this all the way forward. You want to bring his arms out, and we're going to undo these panels right here at the sides, which they're in there good. You may need a tool. You're probably going to need a tool. But just kind of get up under there. There we go. Pop that out. Just pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. In there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. They're in there quite securely. There you go. Pop those out right there. So now I'm going to talk about the part that I broke. So what happened was, the next step in the instructions is they want you to take the backpack and just pull it. And just pull it out. The problem with that is that you can kind of see where these pieces kind of sit. And what happened was I went to just pull the backpack out, and this bit just kind of like hooked under this section here. And when I pulled it back, it just snapped this right off. And I ended up having to contact X-Transbots to get a replacement. But yeah, so what you want to do here, there's a better way to do it where you lessen the risk of breaking anything. So there are these two little panels here. You can use the ab crunch as well. Just engage that. So these little panels here that you want to flip out like that. You want to open these up, and that allows these sections here, which is this bit in here that's in between those, it allows this to swing because these are on a hinge that have to move for transformation. So now you've done that, you can kind of grab this, you can kind of swing everything under and out. Things still get a little caught up, but they'll free themselves. There you go. Now you can swing all this just under and out, and this will just do that. And when you're going back into robot mode, you're going to do the same thing, just kind of like swing it up and under, and then everything will kind of sit where it needs to sit, and then you can close these up, which in turn just kind of locks that hinge. So basically you want to unlock that hinge so you can just kind of sweep this out, and you won't break anything and be stupid like me. But again, that was my bad that I broke that piece. The instructions weren't good either, so you know, not totally my fault, but hey. We know what to do now. We know what to do. So now we're going to open all this up like that. So now we can work on these little bits back here. So what's going to happen here is you're going to swing these sections up. You have these sections here that you're going to unfold. Just unfold that and unfold that. And then you have this little panel here, which will just swing out to the side. And same thing on the other side. Just bring that up, and then swing this little panel out to the side like so. Then you're going to swing these sections around like that, and then there are panels here, which you're just going to swing up. There you go. And you're just going to leave that like that for now. So now we move back to the full front here. We're going to take these little sections here and just swing these down. Just swing those down, and that will allow us to then take the chest piece and just pop it forward like so. So at this point now, we need to get these wheels swung out. So the arms, the shoulders here, you can see they're on a bar here. So I found the best way to do this is just kind of rotate the arms around so the armpit is downward. And then you just bring it up on that bar, swing it in like that, and once you do that, also you want to make sure that these pieces are out of your way as well. Once you do that, you have the clearance here to just swing those wheels right out. Then this little panel here will just tab in like that. Then you can swing the arm back out for now. And then same thing on the other side, just kind of rotate that around, bring it up on that bar like so. Again, make sure that's out of the way, and then you can swing the wheel right out. And just tab that together. There you go. So we got that all situated. So the next thing we're going to do is get his head tucked into place. So you want to start off by taking this panel here and folding this down. There are a lot of hinges to work with. You more so want to engage this very bottom one here, just to kind of get everything to fold down and in, and again use all those hinges at your disposal here just to make sure that his head will clear all of this like that. That will just tuck right up and under, and you also want to get it past that section there like that. You want to flip out this little panel right up under here. Just get that flipped out, like so. Get that out, and the head will just kind of tuck up under there, like that. You can bring those forward, like so. We'll get all that situated a little bit better in a little bit. But once you got all that done, we're going to come back here. We're just doing a lot of flipping and flopping back and forth here, but it's what we got to do. So you're going to take the arms, just rotate them in, like that, and then it's going to fold in like so, and then you're just going to take the hand and just swing it out to the side like that. Then you're going to do the same thing with the other arm, just swing this around, kind of tuck all this in, fold the arm up, and then bring that hand out to the side, and it will sit there just like that. Woo! Alright, so now we're going to just collapse all this up, and this will tab in right here. So the first thing you want to do is just kind of want to collapse all this around so the belly piece is sitting right underneath all of this. And then again, use all those joints at your disposal and get everything lined up. Oops. And there you go. Get everything together, get it all nice and squozen like. And once you've done that, these little side fender pieces, just kind of bring them up and over. Everything tabbed in, and that should just tab in right there. It tabs in at 2 points, one right up in here and one right there. Just kind of swing that out and get everything to sit right in there like that. So once you've done that, all of this should just settle down. Right in here, so that you can, something's off. What is off? What is off here? Come on, old timer. Come on, old timer. There we go. Nope. Come on. Okay, there we go. We got everything sitting there. There we go. So once you do that, once you get all that situated, these side pieces will come in and they will just tab in right there like that. And these little panels here, just slip those in like so. There we go. So we pretty much got the upper part of the body all done. And you just kind of get that head tucked in. That's pretty much how you want it sitting. Just like that. So there you go. We got that upper body all done. This little piece basically gets saved for last. So now we can move on to the lower body. Yes, we got total Gur truck going on there, but anyway, let's move on to the lower body. So now, as far as the legs go, what we're going to do is we're going to come to this section here. It's this little kind of hook section here, and this is what locks the leg and keeps it together. So just flip that out like so. You want to then just point the toe down so that clears, and now you can just open the leg up like that. Once you've done that, we're going to just pull this section out with the wheel. It's attached to this panel right here, so you can also just push on this, push as you're pulling to get that disengaged like that. You have this little tab here you're going to fold up. This is also on a slider. Now granted, when you collapse the leg in, it'll slide for you, but if you want to do it yourself, you can just take that and just wiggle, 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 and just slide that over. And then you're going to push that panel in, and then you're going to just collapse the leg up, and in doing so, it'll pop that wheel out of that opening there. And then you just collapse the leg up, and you can kind of see where things kind of scratch the paint because there's not really any clearance here. So when you push this past right here, it just scrapes because there's not a whole lot of clearance there. So that always scrapes. So you're going to scrape the paint off of that. Seems like no matter what you do, unfortunately. So now with the foot, you're going to rotate it. You're going to flip in that little heel piece and flip up the toe. Flip up this little bit right here. It's like the part of the rear bumper. So now, you can see here the foot is on a little sliding piece. You want to slide that in just a little bit, and you want to leave the foot angled out like that. Because now what we're going to do, we're going to bring this in. So what's going to happen here is this section here, this heel section, has to end up behind this panel here. And to do that, you want to just kind of ease it in at an angle like that and slide it in at an angle, and you can see that will just kind of locate itself, and then you can push that in the rest of the way, and then you can just take this and close it up. And that's how that works. Takes a little bit of a little finesse to do that, but it seems like it's the only way to do it without things just colliding into each other, because otherwise there's no clearance there to get that foot where it needs to end up. So there you have that. So second pass is just like the first. Alright, so now that we have both legs done, you want to raise these hip skirt pieces up. I'm going to raise these panels up so you can see what's happening here. So with the hips, you're going to bring them up on this hinge right here first. So bring it up at this hinge and then bring it down at the hip proper. And just push that up as far as it'll go. And then you're going to slide that hip out to the side like that. So same thing on the other side again, just bring that out and then bring that hip down. Again, just bring them up as far as they'll go and then slide the thigh over like that. You can bring these down. So you have that going on. So now it's all pretty much going to come together. So all this is going to collapse down. You want to make sure that those side skirt pieces end up right in there. Make sure we're not colliding with anything. Like so. And you got tabs that will go into the thighs. Right in there. Like that. And we're on our way here. So you want to flip up this panel, and you also want to flip out this panel. So flip that up, and then flip that up. And we're going to work on this little backpack section here. So these little tabs you're going to flip out just halfway. So flip those out, and then these sections here we'll just swing around them, bring that out, and this, there we go. Swing that around, flip that out, that will just sit right there. You got this panel here, which you're going to bring up and rotate around like that. We're not going to secure that just yet. So we're going to bring this down, and you want this armature here sitting underneath these two panels. So you bring all this down on these hinges, just kind of work this around those panels. Work that around, and there you go. So that's how you want that sitting. Now once you've done that, you have these tabs that are going to go into slots, these slots right up in here. So just get that all lined up. And plug that in on either side. Like that. You got that going. At this point now, we can close that up. Right there. More like that. That'll snap into place. And last thing we're going to do is just close up these panels. That'll close down here. They'll tab in here and also tab in right up here. Same to the other side. Just tab that in. Tab that in. Tab that all in. And these little panels here have a tab and slot connection right there. And right there. Get it all scrozen. Get it all situated. And there you go. There you have Locke, aka Cup, in his alt mode. He doesn't spin. But there he is in his alt mode. And it's a good looking alt mode as far as I'm concerned. Nice and G1-y. As you know, it's this weird pickup truck mode. I never quite got it, but hey, it is what it is. It's Cup. It's Cup. But let's get in close here. So we're going to take a look at the details. Not too much to talk about here. Again, very simplistic in its execution here. Because again, just trying to keep with that kind of cartoony aesthetic. Get some paint here along the sides. Get like orange lights there. And oops, I forgot to flip up this little bumper piece here. There we go. Yeah. Not too much going on. Got the rims painted. You do have rubber tires. There is the top. There is the bottom. It does have visible hair cedar. I mean, it's there. It's there. You can see it from the front and everything, but hey, it's there. Hey, it does roll. As rolling things should. Hooray. Hooray for rolling. And now for comparison. Here he is with the Fans Toys Cup. So you can see how that works out. And here he is with G1 Cup because he's precious. Oh, so precious. And lastly but not leastly, here he is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. So, there you go. Now, as far as the Target Masters go in vehicle mode, you can store recoil here on Cup. You have these tabs on his shoulders here, which will go into these two slots right here. So you just line that up and just plug it in, and there you go. Things you can do if you want to do it. Now, as far as Firebolt goes, it is implied that you can plug this into Hot Rod right here, but it don't fit. It don't work, and I don't know why. I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong, but it doesn't seem to. It does not seem to fit. I don't know. It just doesn't. Just doesn't quite seem to want to go. So I don't know. As far as storage for everything else, I am not sure because the instructions don't say anything about it. But hey, he's a pickup truck. He's a pickup truck, so you can just take everything and just just dump it in the back. That's what pickup trucks are for. That's what pickup trucks do. They pick up stuff and they transport stuff, and there you go. Voila, storage! Hooray for storage! So there you go. So there you have Locke, and yeah, it's a decent figure from X-Transbots. The alt mode looks good, the vehicle mode looks good, the transformation is not the smoothest thing, there are some clearance issues, a lot of flipping and flopping around, not the most fun transformation. There is unfortunately going to be some paint scrapage on those die-cast parts on his thighs, which is a big bummer. The Target Masters, I don't really care for. Again, I don't think any third-party company has really nailed Target Masters. None of them have really made them all that good, but it is what it is. Aside from the piece that I broke because I didn't know what I was doing, I encountered no other issues with the figure. Everything stayed together, so I don't know. Maybe they did manage to fix everything. Not sure. But again, I can only comment on the copy that I am holding. I can't comment on every copy that exists. So as always is the case, your mileage may vary, so there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of X-Transbots' other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the X-Transbots LOCKE, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Oh, hey, Cup. What you got there? Oh, this is my Lucky Sharkticon tail. Lucky Sharkticon tail? But wouldn't it make more sense to have a lucky Petro Rabbit foot? No, Petro Rabbits are crazy. They will bite your head clean off. Wait, won't Sharkticons bite you? You know what? Never mind, you're old. You're not supposed to make sense. Then what's that supposed to mean?